back to King Poe Myers. Sunday book reviews are back. I've been reading a ton. Book reviews are here again at your request. Today we are talking about Stephen King's Christine. I picked this up, I think, 2 weeks ago. I got through this in about a week. Actually, I have to admit, Christine has been really backlogged for me for a very long time. I've had so much I want to read, and I've never seen the movie, but I know what Christine is about, and that's kind of why I stayed away from it for so long. Not that it's a bad premise, but it's like, oh, it's a ghost car. Great. I mean, I wasn't really that excited to read it. I finally decided, no better time now. It's been kind of on that list, like I said, so just picked it up 2 weeks ago. I got through it in about less than a week. I absolutely love Christine. I will say it is probably in my top 10 Stephen Kings of all time. This book just got to me. Much like what King does is he creates an incredible atmosphere. He gives you great characters. These characters I felt very, very close to. And after finishing Christine, it was one of those books that I was upset that it was over. I missed these characters. I missed this world that I can't put my finger on it, but I was just so entranced in what was happening in this story. Very brief synopsis. This young boy, Arnie, he's a high schooler. He is driving with his friend one day, and he sees this old, beat-up, I think it's a 1958 Plymouth Fury. I'm pretty sure that's what the car is. And it's completely destroyed. It's on this old guy's front lawn, and he begs his friend, like, you need to stop, you need to stop. They get out, they end up talking to the owner. The owner sells him the car. It's completely destroyed. His friend is like, what are you doing? This is an awful car. Arnie quickly becomes very obsessed with the car. He brings it down to this garage run by this really sketchy guy, and he just begins to work on it, and it becomes his life. And his parents, at first I really didn't agree with his parents because his parents were completely against him having a car. And I'm like, it's just a car. I mean, he's a really good kid. He gets good grades. I don't understand what the big deal is. But then very, very gradually you see that Arnie is beginning to change. And he's not the same kid that he was before. His parents become very concerned. And they're like, there's something about this car. And that's what everyone in the story feels except for Arnie. Is there's something wrong with this car. They can't put their finger on it. People can always say that, like, they smell something, like there's like a rotten smell in it, but it's like a very quick whiff, and that's it. And Arnie thinks like everything is fine from what we know. I don't want to go too much into it, but yeah, Christine isn't just some used car. This story, I felt like I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. I was glued to this book. And like I said, I finished it and I was upset that it was over. I was ready to go back to page 1 and just read it again. I'm probably going to reread it next year because it was really just special. I highly recommend anyone who loves good classic King to read this book. I thought the ending was absolutely perfect. I would love to talk to any of our followers about the ending, about this story, because I don't know, some books you just click with, and I just clicked with Christine. It is top tier, top 10 in my top 10 rankings. And I'm speechless. It was just an outstanding story. 5 out of 5 stars. I cannot wait to read it again. And you know what? I think sometime this month, as it is Halloween. It is the greatest time of the year. I think I'm going to watch John Carpenter's movie because I have heard the movie is outstanding. But I think I would put Christine also in a top killer of Stephen King's, because you think, once again, oh, it's a ghost car. Cool. I love Christine. Please, if you want to read a great spooky story for this wonderful time of the year, I cannot recommend Christine enough. Thank you so much for watching.